Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? Welcome to Review Sesh. If you've been here before, I really appreciate you coming back to visit me. And if you haven't been here before, give me just one moment. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. My name's Mike, and what I do is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a consumable product of any kind or whether it's a functional device of any type. We're going to be looking at all of that stuff here on this channel. I really hope you enjoy the content that I'm making for you. So guys, back at you again with another flower review, this time with one that, comes from a place that you haven't seen for a little while. This one's coming from Lucky Elk. I'm really excited about getting into this one with you guys. It's got some interesting genetics behind it, and I think you guys are going to be really stoked over this one. But real quick, before we do that, I want to pass it on over to the previous me, and he's going to let you know a little bit more about what we're doing here on this channel, just to reiterate things a little bit, and he might even be able to educate you a little bit about what THCA is. And then after that, guys, we're going to get right into the review. All right, guys, so as you know, what I do here on my channel is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. And a lot of these products have THCA in the name. And if you guys still aren't familiar with what THCA is, you're unsure about it, give me just a moment and I'm going to explain a little bit of that to you. THCA stands for tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, and it is the naturally occurring compound found on all hemp plants all over the world. It grows naturally on all hemp plants. And in and of itself, guys, it's not psychoactive. You wouldn't get any elevated effects if you go out and you eat a hemp plant or something like that. It doesn't work like that. It first has to undergo a process called decarboxylation. And decarboxylation, guys, I know it sounds like a fancy chemistry word, and that's because it is. But really, all it means, all it stands for, is the application of heat. So it doesn't really matter whether it's environmental heat, like the heat of the sun, it's just a hot day outside, or, we apply some artificial heat, like we are known to do, like a little bit of flame, maybe an electronic heat source, like what I like to use, that decarboxylates that THCA molecule, and it effectively just drops that A right off the end of that molecule chain, and it leaves you with good old-fashioned THC. So, guys, THCA minus A equals THC. And for all intents and purposes, since we're still putting this under the same processes everybody else has always put it under, you know, really, realistically speaking, guys, THCA is the THC that your fathers, your grandfathers, and everybody that's ever come before have always been speaking about. They've always been speaking about the naturally occurring compound on the plant. And it's just recently that we've had some confusing terminology and it's muddied things up a little bit, but I hope this has clarified things for you. And it's really important to go over this because since 2018 in the federal farm bill, we have these things available to us without any worries whatsoever. Totally legal. We can get this stuff through the mail. We don't have to worry about going out and meeting people at odd times of night and putting ourselves at inconvenience at the very least and risk at the most. You know what I mean? So when you guys get your stuff in the mail, you're going to be getting one of these. This is a very generic copy. I use this specific copy every time that I explain this. And, it's a notice to law enforcement and the Postal Service. And it just declares what is in the package. And it states that, what is in this package is federally compliant, 2018 Farm Bill compliant hemp. All right, guys? Very important to hold on to these. For the foreseeable future, there's no point in getting rid of these. They stack flat. You don't have to worry about, them taking up a lot of space. So just hold on to these things, guys. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get into the review. All right, guys, now that we got that out of the way, we're going to be looking at something very special coming from Lucky Elk. First of all, their packaging, as usual, very environmentally friendly. Everything is recycled material. Got your little elk dude greeting you as soon as you open the box. As usual, they got your notice to enforcement and your invoices. Biodegradable, recycled packing material. Little card with their mission statement on the back. Little sticker. and what we're after. This is Whiz Kid. This is their Quad A. And I'm really excited about this, guys. This is some very special, very exclusive genetics. Um, very exclusive. As usual, the packaging, wonderful. Mylar, all that's printed. The only thing that is a sticker is that right there. Double perforated, as I prefer. Open her up, if I can get a hold of it. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious, that is loud. And it smells like what its lineage is, guys. But very, very strongly of what its lineage is. Get this out on a tray. Now, I don't mind Mylar packed like this, uh, as long as still being shipped in a box, right? I don't like it getting all crushed up and squished up like sometimes these things can do in these packs. All right, get all of that out of there. It's got a 62% boost, and those flowers right there. Look at those nugs. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Nice density. Got a little bit of sponginess to it. Definitely got some stick. Definitely got some stick to it. As you can see, the old finger stick test. Very, very keefy. Extremely keefy. And guys, you know the drill. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a cut here. I'm going to get some shots. We're going to come back and we're going to try it out. And when we try it, we're going to go over some of the lineage of this. Very, very interesting lineage, very exclusive lineage. Uh, and really, I believe you can only get it through Lucky Elk. So hang tight. We're going to be right back. All right, guys, we're back, and I've got some great shots of this Whiz Kid from Lucky Elk. Really beautiful flower, guys. I'm laughing here though because I made classic rookie mistake. Um, I record in OBS, and instead of hitting record, I hit start virtual camera. So this is the second time I'm doing this take. Already ground up my bud here. Very, very pretty flower. You guys should be seeing uh, plenty of good pictures. I want to say 15, 16 good pictures. Um, we're gonna go ahead though. And we're gonna try this stuff out. Can't believe I did that, guys. I got to a certain part of the video and I looked over and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not recording. And I'm like, oh well, may as well start over. So here we are, trying this for a second time. And to start with, we're going with the microdose bowl, and we're going to be hitting this in the Midnight Sky Bong from the Weed Box. I believe it's from their black box. Um, so we're going to be using the injector side of the One Hit Wonder. Wonderful, wonderful flavor. Mm. The flavor is very spot on, guys. What the lineage comes from. Before we go into anything else, we're going to check out the lineage real quick. We're going to look at what we have on Lucky Elk, so what they have to say about Whiz Kid. So first of all, Whiz Kid, it's a cross of Trap Fuel and Lemon Cherry Gelato, and it's a vibrant sativa hybrid. Sativa dominant, got some really good cherry gas on it, lime zest sort of notes, very creamy. Now it's grown and bred by Valley View Farms, and it's grown indoors in coco coir. So it's very, very clean, very, very fresh flower. very well cultivated. THCa content on this comes in at 32.87%, with total cannabinoids at 33.36. On the flavor, it says ripe fruit, lemon, and dank cream. That's on point. It's ripe fruit. You can tell it's got that cherry in it, and then it's got that lemon, strong enough to let you know there's lemon, but it's not super punchy. It's still got a, a bit of gas on it, but it's more from the cherry side than the citrus side. And it's very smooth on the exhale, very creamy. So that is that's pretty much what it is, guys. And it's kind of weird because I've already explained this to you when I wasn't recording. So, you know, you can. It's pretty potent too. Is what I'll say. It's pretty potent too. It's done more than creep on me. It's a pretty good hitter. Um, really, really tasty. Um, Now there is one cut of this. It's trap fuel crossed with lemon cherry gelato. So one of those parents is an interesting one, trap fuel. And that looks like it was originally bred, at least as far as I can tell, by Stardust Cultivation. And it is a platinum lemon cherry gelato crossed with Supreme Lehigh Larry. And in and of itself, it is a very cherry gas dominant strain, according to what I'm reading here. And it is a 50-50 hybrid. So we're getting a lot of the cherry coming from the trap fuel side of things. It's like doubling down on lemon cherry gelato with a focus on the cherry. It's kind of what I'm getting from this. It's like if lemon cherry gelato, you know, grew muscles or something like that. It's much more cherry forward, smooth. Some LCGs they're much more lemoning forward, and they can have just that lemon gas punch, and that's about all they have. And that's one of the reasons I'm not usually a big fan of lemon cherry gelato. But this in particular has a much more it's more well rounded. You can just you can find the cherry, you can find the lemon, and the lemon is so smooth and so creamy. It's closer to a lime zest, realistically. So it's like a lemon lime pie sort of a thing going on for it. Very, very nice. And we're going to be running the regular injector bowl with thermal twist. Yeah. Yeah, that's more cherry gas forward on the inhale with just enough lemoning on the back. To, you can tell the difference between the two. It's got two levels to it. Very distinct. Mm, very sweet. Got a bit of a sour punch to it. It's um it's a really, really good step up from your average lemon cherry gelato. I'll put it that way. And that trap fuel, that gassy, that cherry gas that it brings uh to the strain, yeah, that's really nice. If you've been watching for a while, you've heard me say several times. It seems like cherry strains are starting to hit again. Things that have cherry in them starting to hit again. Breeders, cultivators, farmers, people are, I don't know, bringing new genetics into it, maybe reinvigorating some of the gene pool. I don't know, but cherry's just getting better and better. And this is one of those that's very cherry forward. But if you like cherry, if you like lime, either of those things, that yeah, Whiz Kid's pretty good. Whiz Kid's really good, actually. If you like cherry or lime, you're getting a lot of good vapor. It did hold on to most of its uh, keef, so you guys didn't see any keef shots. I do apologize for that, but that's really good to see. To be honest, the flower itself is very sticky, and it held on to the majority of its keef and its trikes. It held on to most of that, which just means for a more potent vape for me. And you can see a lot of vapor protection, a lot of vapor production. Mm, very, very tasty, guys. As usual, everything from Lucky Elk, it's almost, it's probably some of the cleanest product you can find. They do their diligence and they only work with the best farms and farms that do their diligence. And previously, we've seen, a couple of things from Stayfly Farms, a wonderful farm. Valley View Farms, like I say, they grow indoor and they utilize cocoa. Um, very, very, very good product. Very nice. I like it a lot. And the terpenes, the flavors on this in particular, these flavors are out of this world. Very, very dense flavors. Um, and they're kind of sticking on the palate. They're not sticking on the palate as long as I might like, but I'll be honest, they're so intense. The flavors are so intense. I'm not sure if most of you guys would want them to stick on the palate like that. This is a punch of flavor. If you guys like LCG, if that's one of your things, Whiz Kid is that's the one to go for. That's taking it a step up from whatever your favorite LCG is. I can, for me, it is anyway. I can't promise how you're gonna like it, but I can be confident that you're probably gonna like it. Really interesting strain. I'd like to see more done with the trap fuel. I'd like to see that and some different stuff. There's a couple of other things that come to mind that I'd like to see that in. I'd like to see that cut in with maybe some White Widow or something like that. Throw a little bit of cherry gas into some White Widow. That would be nice. Um, something like that. Um, Bringing it back into some of the older cuts, some of the older genetics. Um, that would be really cool. Maybe we could bring some of the oomph back into some of the classics if we start introducing, stuff like crap fuel into it. Definitely, definitely the creation of Whiz Kid with trap fuel and lemon cherry gelato. It's a gem. I think it's really good. It's a good example of what lemon cherry gelato should strive to be. You know what I mean? That's that's what all lemon cherry gelato wants to be. It wants to be Whiz Kid. Put it that way. Gosh, I don't think I've been so excited over an LCG in a long time. Hmm. Mm. Wow. Very gas up front, creamy exhale on the back. Really, really nice. All right, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed this little review of Lucky Elk Whiz Kid. Really good flower, guys. If you like lemon cherry gelato, you're bound to like this. If you can find it anywhere, regardless. It's a wonderful strain. So if you find a strain anywhere, pick it up, give it a try. I do think that at this moment it is exclusive through Lucky Elk. I do believe the only place breeding it right now is Valley View Farms. So hats off to them for a very nice strain. I bet you guys didn't know Almost bald, huh? Yeah, check that out. I used to have a 4 head, now I've got an 8 head. Um, anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. And, I'm going to be back at you with a lot of new stuff. We've got, you know, the usual places you're used to seeing, but I've also got some new pieces coming in, some new glass, some new, maybe some new accessories, ways to, add a little more flair to my area and make things a little more fun for you so it doesn't look so boring, you know. Um, so I hope you guys are having a great week so far, and until I see you next time, I want you to, you know, hang in there, just keep on keeping on, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones. Treat every day like you got something worth going after. We don't all need to go out and, try to make our next million in this year. We just need to figure out ways for ourselves to be content in this world. And happiness is one of those things. It's great when we can find it, but contentment is right now, I think, really what we should strive for. Let's find a way to be content, and then use the contentment to build on. You know, then we can use that as a springboard to find happiness. You know, it's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm learning to be content in my situation, and I'm learning to find happiness in my little distractions and stuff like that. And it's really helped me a lot. So I just want to leave you guys with that to think about. Have you guys thought about the difference between contentment and happiness? Um, you know, anyway, till I see you next time, guys, I want you to take it easy. I want you to stay lifted. I want you to stay blessed. And I'll talk to you very soon. Peace.